Welcome. Today we're going to be discussing how to access the eDIRECT dashboard, as well as providing a brief overview of each of the tabs within eDIRECT. By the end of this presentation, you should understand how to log into eDIRECT. You should understand the different tabs available within the eDIRECT dashboard, as well as a basic overview of the administrative functions in the eDIRECT platform. Before we begin, just a quick overview of the eDIRECT dashboard. There are multiple tabs available within eDIRECT, and access to these tabs and the functions within those tabs are managed through user management. Pre-assigned permissions for specific user roles within eDIRECT are defined in the permissions matrix, which can be found in the eDIRECT user guide. Additional permissions can always be added or removed from a user through user management to give access to additional tabs or functions within eDIRECT. If it is your first time logging on to eDIRECT, if you're a DTC, you'll be uploaded to eDIRECT via the email on record with the Department of Education. It's important if you're a new DTC that you have that DTC and accountability contact update form completed and emailed to assessment@la.gov. If you're a school test coordinator, you must be added to eDIRECT by your district test coordinator. For detailed instructions on adding users, you can reference that eDIRECT user guide. Once added to eDIRECT, users will receive an email notice to complete user setup. Again, if it's your first time logging on, you'll click the URL in your email notice and be routed to eDIRECT, where you'll complete an auto-prompt password reset as well as a security question setup. Once set up, you'll access eDIRECT via la.drcedirect.com. And again, there's going to be multiple possible tabs when you log into eDIRECT and choose all applications. Today, we're going to be providing a brief overview of all of the possible tabs. For more detailed overviews, you can always either access the eDIRECT user guide or view some of the mini trainings which are posted in the. Today we're going to be providing a brief overview, and again, access to these tabs are managed through user management. If you feel that you're missing a tab, please contact your district test coordinator or school test coordinator to see if you should have access. The first tab under all applications is General Information. So once you're logged in eDIRECT, choose All Applications and General Information. General Information houses important announcements, documents, downloads, and test tutorials to support districts. Under General Information, there are multiple tabs. The first is going to be Announcements. This tab contains important announcements regarding eDIRECT functionality, important documents, and report availability for LEAP 360 and practice tests. The second tab is Documents. The Documents tab provides digital access to testing information. This is where test coordinator manuals, test administrator manuals, reference sheets and checklists, teacher study guides, and user guides will all be posted. The next tab is Downloads. In the Downloads tab, school and district technology coordinators have access to general information in order to get the software downloads required to set up the DRC testing platform. And that final tab is going to be Test Tutorials. It contains short video walkthroughs of the online tools training that may be viewed by students prior to taking the test. The next tab under All Applications is going to be User Management. To access User Management, choose All Applications and then User Management. The primary role of User Management is going to be to add and edit users as well as their permissions. And so through user management, you may either add users individually or in an upload for multiple users. Once users are created, they will receive an email with a link to set up their password. And again, you'll be able to add and edit permissions during the creation process, and those permissions can always be updated at any time throughout the year. The next tab we have is Material. To access materials, again, click All Applications and then choose Materials. The primary function of the Materials tab is going to be to access the Additional Materials Orders tab. So within that Additional Materials Orders tab, you'll be able to enter, track, view, change, export, and delete additional materials orders. The paper additional materials request form for school test coordinators will be used to communicate school orders to district test coordinators, and this is where your DTCs will enter those material orders. So if you need to manage these additional materials, you'll select the appropriate administration. If you're trying to add a new order, click Add Order. If you're just looking for an existing order, click on Find Orders. Our next tab within eDIRECT dashboard is going to be Student Management. To access it, choose All Applications and then Student Management. The primary function of Student Management is going to be to upload, view, and edit students as well as their accommodations. And similar to user management, students may either be added individually or in an upload for multiple users. From here, school test coordinators are able to edit demographics, edit accommodations within the testing system, and detailed directions for handling all of those student management processes can be found in eDIRECT user guide, as well as in the student management mini training posted in the assessment library. Our next tab is going to be test management. The primary function of test management is going to be to view and add and edit test sessions within the system. To access it, choose All Applications and then Test Management. And then similar to our other functions, once you are creating a test session, you'll go to Test Session Management, and this happens after all students are uploaded, all test administrator numbers have been created for your summative assessments, and when all student accommodations have been added and checked. One test session is required within the system for each group of students taking a test. And detailed directions for test management can be found in the eDIRECT user guide, which again is posted in eDIRECT under General Information. Our next tab is Test Administrator Management. To manage test administrators, choose All Applications and Test Administrator Management. Uploading, viewing, and editing test administrators is done through the Test Administrator Management tab within eDIRECT. So within this tab, you may create, add, edit, view test administrators. The most important thing about test administrators is that they must have a 3-digit TA number in eDIRECT for both computer-based and paper-based testing. And then new to this year, which is covered in detail within the test administrator mini training, is going to be that if you're accessing the student groups function within eDIRECT under student management, TAs will also need a 3-digit TA number if through the teacher role. And again, that's covered in the Test Administrator Mini Training as well as in the eDIRECT User Guide. The next tab is going to be Device Toolkit. So to access the Device Toolkit, choose All Application and then Device Toolkit. The Device Toolkit is primarily used by your technology coordinators both at the district and school level. So that Device Toolkit dashboard allows districts to see all configurations at one time. You'll be able to see the configurations of all testing devices. The next tab is going to be Report Delivery. And again, just a brief overview, there is a detailed mini training on report delivery posted in the assessment library. To access Report Delivery, you'll click All Applications and then Report Delivery. And we're just going to provide a quick overview of all of the different tabs under Report Delivery. So the first one is going to be Online Testing Statistics. This tab will allow your district test coordinators to see the number of times a test has been logged on into within their LEA. DTCs can sort by all tests, content area, grade, and content area and grade together, and those reports can be exported to view as a CSV. The next tab is going to be Status Reports. Under the Status Report tab, you can pull reports and check the following: the status of all students in a test session, report of unlocked test sessions, as well as a summary of testing time. The next tab is going to be Student Reports. All individual student-level non-summative reports are found under the Student Reports tab. And then that next tab is going to be View Reports. All non-summative test session reports and all summative reports can be found here. So this is kind of the View Reports tab, covers everything. And there's, again, a detailed mini training posted in the assessment library that covers report delivery in detail. And we're moving on to Educator Scoring. To access Educator Scoring, choose All Applications and then Educator Scoring, and then this is primarily used, again, for the LEAP 360 assessments as well as the practice test to score student responses. And again, Educator Scoring is used with diagnostic, interim, and LEAP practice tests. Student written responses to constructor response questions must be scored by test administrators using the Educator Scoring application. So this is not used for summative assessments, just for those non-summative assessments. And there is a detailed mini training on educator scoring posted in the assessment library, and you can always access the eDIRECT user guide for more information. The next tab is going to be Eagle 2.0. You access Eagle 2.0 by clicking All Applications and then Eagle 2.0. You'll be redirected to the Eagle 2.0 site, which is a separate application from eDIRECT. When you access the Eagle 2.0 system, the home page displays with icons along the top of the page and a drop-down menu on the left side of the pane. You'll have icons titled Student Testing, Tests, Item Bank, Reports, and Help. There's an Eagle 2.0 user guide posted in eDIRECT under General Information that covers in detail each of these tabs. There are also several mini trainings that cover Eagle 2.0, which is again a site that you can access items as well as create assessments for your students. And then that final tab is going to be K through 2 Formative Tasks. To access the K-2 Formative Tasks, choose All Applications and K-2 Formative Tasks. You'll again, just like Eagle 2.0, be redirected to the K-2 Formative Tasks site, which is a separate application. The K-2 Formative Tasks are a set of student-centered and engaging tasks aligned to Louisiana's K-2 student standards that focus on essential skills in ELA and mathematics. So we have two components here, the Eagle 2.0, which provides items for grades 3 through high school, and then we have K-2 Formative Tasks, which will provide items for K-2. So that concludes our overview of each of the tabs. Again, this is a brief overview of all of the possible tabs within eDIRECT. Access to those tabs is managed by district test coordinators and school test coordinators through user management. Detailed overviews of these tabs, or most of the tabs, are posted in mini trainings in the assessment library. And again, always reference that eDIRECT user guide for detailed instructions on any eDIRECT function. For additional support, these are our user guides, the eDIRECT user guide, obviously, the technology user guide for your technology coordinators, as well as that Eagle 2.0 user guide are all linked below and can be accessed through eDIRECT under General Information. If you have any technical problems, school and district staff should follow the protocol presented below. You have the DRC customer service, and as always, any questions can be emailed to assessment@la.gov.